Poor Erin can't set her vibe because it makes her computer make noise.
It makes my pooter. It makes my pooter fan. I can't set my vibe because it makes my pooter fan.
Hello, and welcome to Way Too Broad, a show and tell program for really, really ridiculously excited grown-ups.
Grown-ups.
I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
Hi, Hannah. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
Hello.
Could you guys see the ridiculous arm movements I was making during that intro?
A little bit.
I know the listener couldn't.
A little bit.
I was trying to up my energy level a little bit, and I do think it worked, but I also have a big, huge mic in front of my face on a big arm, and it was a very dangerous maneuver.
Your arm's not that big.
Make a bunch of what?
I said your arm's not that big.
No, the microphone is on a big metal.
Oh, okay.
Also, he's got huge muscular arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, big, strong. Wow, yeah, they do kind of disappear, huh? We have two of us have our vibes set. We have virtual backgrounds on, but Erin can't set her vibe because, as loyal listeners might know, it makes her fan on her computer go crazy.
Makes my pooter fan.
It makes her pooter fan. so she can't do that. But
no one likes a lady whose pooter is fanning. In polite company.
Certainly an editor doesn't like a lady whose pooter is fanning, so thank you.
I want the title of this episode to be Certainly an Editor Doesn't Like a Lady Whose Pooter is Fanning. That's my request. Thank you.
I'll add it to the list. Ben, what are you drinking?
Water. Stay hydrated. That's me.
Stay hydrated.
Moving on.
I'm drinking a Spindrift Lime.
Interesting. I don't know that I've had. Is that new? Just lime?
No.
Gosh, Ben, I was second guessing whether I've had lime before.
I don't think I have. I feel like I've only had raspberry lime.
Yeah.
We had that previously.
Did you remove the raspberries? Is that what happened? They had it, and now you moved it?
It's, I don't think it's new. Oh, you can't see.
Let's look it up. Is lime Spindrift new, please?
It's not new. Oh, it's pretty good, I gotta say. Also, Ian told me, so we ended up with two boxes of ginger snaps in our house because of a confusion with the grocery provider, and we were using one of them, but we have an extra, so Ian said he was going to make us a key lime pie, technically just a lime pie, with the extra ginger snaps like used for the crust.
Wow.
It'll be really good. Yeah.
Due to a confusion with the grocer, we now have 2 boxes of ginger snaps.
We actually did order 2 boxes of ginger snaps, but they were supposed to be different, like, brands, because we were doing, I'll talk about it later. Erin, what are you drinking?
Okay.
Hold on.
Sounds
Hold
private.
on. I have news on the lime Spindrifts.
What's going on?
It was new in February of 2019.
So that's not new.
So that's not new.
Yeah, it's not new. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not new. Erin.
All right, what am I drinking?
Erin, you have to get over it. It's not new.
Fine, it's new to me, okay? I've probably had it. I've had a really...
New to me? I hardly know her.
Look at this fresh ice water I got. Oh,
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of ice.
That's pretty sick, dude.
That's
a
crisp.
friggin' lot of ice.
That's a lot of ice. That's how I like it. All right. I've also got a lemon lime seltzer, and I've also got a decaf caffeinated.
Caffeinini.
I've got a decaf coffee.
A decaf caffeinini.
Oh.
Coffanini.
Coffanini, coffanini. Coffanini, coffanini, coffanini.
Okay. I imagine that spelled like an Irish name. Or
Coffanini. I'm thinking of it like Furfunene. Like Coffanini.
Wow. We all just went way, like, completely different places.
Wow, that's the beauty of creativity. All right.
Do you remember, on the subject of lots of ice, do you remember, how last week I had to go to the office to pick some stuff up?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. How could I forget?
I had to walk by.
I was there.
You were there. I had to walk by Erin because she was there.
I was there. I was sitting out at an abandoned desk. Hello, Hannah. I've been waiting for you. With my
That would be really like a video game. You just like come across a relative.
Or a dream.
A dream. Yeah, it would be like a dream. I had to walk by my favorite ice maker that makes my favorite ice 2 different times.
You should have brought.
I know.
Oh, fuck.
I didn't think to, so I had to just like wave
Walk
at
by.
it and go. Yeah.
Did you pop one in your mouth for, old times'
No, I
sake?
didn't even do that, and that's on me. I should have done that.
You really should have. It's probably best just to
I had a mask on.
have a memory of
Yeah.
how it was.
It would be probably like
Dusty.
not worth it for like to take my mask off and touch my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not dusty, like I said. That doesn't make any sense.
No, it's covered, so
Okay. Dust free.
It might not even have been on for all I know. I don't know why they would leave it on.
I like to think that, I like that we don't know, right?
Yeah.
It lives on in your memory, pristine as the day that you left it.
Yeah, it's a mystery. All right, let me see. Do we have emails?
No, I looked.
Well, I think you missed one because I opened it earlier. We got an email from YouTube.
Yep.
New comment on our last episode, 160. It's really true. It's truly real. It's from Richard Miller. And thank you, Richard, for your comment. It says 052 chat-elegant-girls.online. So I don't know what that's in reference to.
I want to see what's at 52.
It's never related. Like, I think we've had this happen before.
I want to see what we're saying. What are we saying? Hold on.
I think it might be... No, we're right. Probably doing the intros that early on.
Yeah, I'm Hannah. These are my co-hosts.
Oh, I'm the elegant girl.
Here, these are my co-hosts. These two elegant girls that I'm about to chat with online. Hannah, Erin, and Ben.
That's it. We solved the mystery.
Solved it.
Wow.
Thanks, Richard Miller.
What a puzzle. Yeah, thank you, Richard Miller, for the little puzzle for us. He has 3 subscribers on YouTube.
He has 4 now. I just subscribed.
So thank you for the comment, Richard. Appreciate you listening. That's it.
Did either of you watch Big Mouth season 4 yet?
Yeah.
No.
Did you finish
No.
Yeah, we finished it.
it?
No.
Okay. We won't say a word about it. Can we say if it's good?
Yeah.
It's so
Say whatever
good.
you want about it.
It's good.
They just do good work on that show. I just gotta say.
They do good work, yeah.
Yeah. So.
I was confused because I think that they switched the voice actor for, what's her name?
Missy.
I think they switched
did.
Missy's voice actor mid-season.
Yep.
And, like, she spent... Well, I won't say. That was the only thing that was confusing because I was like, this is still Jenny Slate. And she was, like, still in the credits. But they just, like, switched her out in the middle of the season. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, yeah, we really liked it. We went through it in, like, 2 days, which has not been our vibe lately. We've been, like, really stretching out.
They switched her out so a black actress could play her.
Yeah.
I don't know if you... Okay, cool. I don't know if you caught that. Who's also a writer
caught
on the
it.
show.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
Oh.
Who? Is her name Ao?
Yeah.
Oh, Ao Edebiri? Mm-hmm. I like her. She's really funny.
Yeah.
Well, she voices Missy now.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Not for the whole season. They switch her out mid-season.
She also...
Which Hannah didn't say. JK, Hannah said like 3 times.
She also has a show coming out with Ben Schwartz soon, I think. Like an animated show.
Oh.
Oh.
Or maybe not coming out sooner. They're announced that they were going to be in it or something.
Is it Big Mouth?
No, it's called... It's an interactive animated special called We Lost Our Human.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Mm.
The vibes are weird tonight.
I have
Ben, don't crop my vibe, okay?
an interactive. Oh, so it's one of those where you like have to press a button on your phone or whatever.
Yeah.
Cute.
Like a Bandersnatch.
Ben, why haven't you watched Big Mouth season 4 yet? I know you've been working. JK, I know you've been working hard, but I know.
I've been watching a different show.
Oh.
Because Kylie's been working even longer than I have lately, and so we haven't even been able to watch the shows that we are watching together.
Wow.
So we're watching a different show.
Wow.
But I couldn't watch Big Mouth because Kylie and I want to watch that together.
I have an idea. You watch it without her, and then when you guys go to bed together, you tell her everything that happened in the episode. Run that by her and see what she thinks. Let me know.
I don't think it's going to be a positive.
Don't
reaction to that
assume
plan.
what she likes.
And then she can dream it. You can you can put
Oh,
dreams
that's
in her
right.
head.
Yeah,
Mouth
it's
dreams.
even better. It's interactive. It's like that new show that it's gonna be on Netflix with Ben Schwartz and Ao.
It'd be yeah, if you think about it, dreams are interactive shows. The original interactive shows.
Wow, that's a really good point.
I'm forgetting the coffee word. Can we refresh my memory before I forget it? We lose it.
Cafenene?
Cafenene?
A decaf cafenene?
Cafenene?
Thank you. It's like Confefe.
Remember Covfefe?
Yeah.
It's the year of Covfefe.
Wow.
I love when presidents do typo. So funny. Covfefe.
He got her.
I love when president do typo. There's this like really good meme format going around on TikTok right now where people will just be like I see a lot of them with cats where like, if cat no want kiss on head, why head so kissable? It's really fun. Anyway, it just reminded me of it.
He hand with he feet.
Oh, did you see that, Ben?
I see what?
He hand with he feet.
Yeah, did you see that?
I didn't see that.
Where was it? Where did I post it? Random?
Probably. Hannah's
pretty random.
I appreciate you kind of filtering the world of TikTok. Yeah. It's on Wednesday, December 9th. Hannah said, tag yourself. I'm season's Greasons. I'm gonna watch this again.
In what channel?
Random.
Sorry.
Random.
In random, hold on.
Let's start it at the same time. It's on random.
Okay,
Do you see it, Ben?
Yeah, I'm just trying to open it in a way that I like. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Hey, it's Man After Man by Dougal Dixon. We got SpongeBob side character, Nightmare Frog, White Man named Jimes. A Tuesday night. We live in a society. A racist caricature of a race that doesn't exist. His face. He knows. Cottagecore lesbians. He hand with he feet. Jared Hopworth. Seasons Greasons. Mike Pence. And Mitch McConnell. Big mood. Himbo twink solidarity. Bitch, that's a squonk. Disturbing Renaissance painting. Like for part 2, I guess, this book is absolutely wild.
Wow.
Bitch, that's a squonk.
Bitch, that's a squonk.
Hand with your feet. That's the best one.
That whole day, I was just like, and into the night, actually, I would just turn to Ian and be like, Seasons Greasons.
I'm just gonna randomly repeat he hand with he feet to myself forever.
I'm gonna probably drop the audio in so listeners can also enjoy that.
Okay, cool.
I think that's okay. Let me credit this person. Their name is Eldritch Inconvenience with a period in between. So if you're on TikTok,
that's a really good name.
Yeah, if you're on TikTok, go follow Eldritch Inconvenience. This is a series. She does more of them. So, oh,
you freeze.
Oh no.
Oh no, we can't even. Oh wow.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, but you can't see you. You're frozen.
No, yeah. I full screened the video to figure out the name, and it froze everything.
Oh Christ!
Is your recording?
My computer
still recording?
might crash.
Oh no!
Yeah, there's also a delay, I think, because you're reacting really late to us.
And I also don't know if I'm still recording or not. This computer's really having a time right now.
This is a situation.
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
Oh boy! Oh, it's spinning. Okay.
Oh no! We're sending thoughts.
Oh my god! Are you kidding me? Jeez Louise.
Okay, now I'm just hearing beeping. Just a lot of beeping. That seems bad. Hey, Ian? Help.
Help! I need somebody.
The computer froze and now it's beeping.
Oh no! I like that we still get to listen to this happen.
Help.
Should we talk to the computer because we're still here?
Yeah, try to give it encouraging words.
Come on, little pooter, fan
Come
your
on,
cares
Pooter,
away.
you can do it.
Hello.
What's the state of things?
Who's this? Who's fucking this guy?
Who's fucking this guy?
Who's fucking this guy? Look who showed up to help. Jack saved the day.
Wow.
What a good boy.
Hey, Ian? Can you come get this boy?
So you can keep. Who's fucking this guy?
You left a boy in here. Yeah, is this your boy?
You gotta take the boy.
Thank you.
Ooh. He hand with he feet.
He hand with he feet.
Did TikTok kill your computer? Did China kill your computer?
Did you say Tic-Tac?
Tic-Tac.
Tic-Tac. Do you need a Tic-Tac?
So I don't really know what's going on with my computer. We've been streaming with Matt and Andrea on Tuesdays, and if we show up in Discord and turn our video on, and then they do after us, our computer fully crashes. It freezes, and then we have to turn it off and turn it back on again before we can do anything again. So there's something going on maybe with the video card or something, because the thing that happened this time was I full screened just the end slide of that video we were watching, just to see the name, and then it froze everything.
Wow.
So I don't know what the fuck is happening. It's not that old of a computer, but it's a few years old.
Remember
In
on my
computer
old
years, that's like
computer
400.
I know.
Remember on my old computer when if I tried to use the webcam in Chrome, it would crash the computer?
Mm-hmm.
You know what they say, the second you drive that computer off the lot, the value really decreases. Anyway.
Yeah.
And that's because you shouldn't be driving it. It's a computer. So don't try to use it as transportation. That really devalues it and probably damages it.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. I have to give a shout out to Hindenburg Journalist, which once again has proven to be just an incredibly stable program. Remember one time I closed out before I saved it, and when I opened it back up, it just had the audio track still sitting there. So good job Hindenburg Journalist. If you're having issues with your computer or with just what's it called? The one you got, Audacity, just kind of being a piece of shit. It's worth the investment, in my opinion. So we're back. Okay, should we pop in? Do we have other upfront stuff? I have played 55 hours of Hollow Knight or something at this point.
Yep.
I think I've discovered the whole map. I think.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my list of stag stops goes all the way to the bottom.
Do you want to show us your map?
I didn't
handy?
bring it in with me.
Fuck.
Ian.
You thought we wouldn't want to see it. You did a great editing job, by the way. We were listening to it. I was like, that Hollow Knight discussion went a lot longer, and you can't really tell.
Thank you. I thought it was pretty clean. I took out a lot of the charm talk because it is also spoilers. So
yeah,
Ian, could you bring me my Switch, please?
I was sad to see that go because I enjoyed the part where Ben and I both discovered we call them something like walking around charms. That was really cool.
Yeah. It's helped me a lot. You know, that discussion about charms, which we cut out so no one got to hear it. It helped me a lot with learning to like boss fights, because now if I'm starting to get frustrated, I swap out my charms to other things to try a new tactic.
I really like that part of it.
Yeah. Before that, I was just it was like I was banging my head against the wall. And I have a lot of bosses still left to beat, but I have beaten several since we talked last week.
Hell yeah.
I don't think he hears me because the heat is on. That's fine. I'll show it to you later.
Oh, I wanted to give an update, not on Hollow Knight, but on Celeste. So I've really been into listening to audiobook while I play video games, and I bought Spiritfarer and I started it, but I found that I couldn't do because there was a lot to read. Maybe at least in the beginning of Spiritfarer, so I wanted something I could just play and also concentrate on my book. So I started going back to get all the crystal hearts in Celeste, and it's actually been super fun. Because when I finished it, I was like, I don't think I'm going to want to go back and replay that, but number one, I'm better at it, than I was when I started, and number two, it's kind of fun to find those. And we talked about Celeste in episode 137, How's Your Body?
Celeste, she gets strawberries.
Did we?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay, I'll show you. Because I have it open right now. I was playing it right before I came in here.
I was playing earlier today. I beat a boss.
I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Maybe I should take a picture again.
Make sure it's sideways, and then don't bother to rotate it before you send it.
Yo, you put you on blast. That's what she did last time, you guys.
Last 3 times.
She's like, this is your burden. You rotate it. Not my job to rotate this image I'm sending you.
It's not my job. Do you see it in my job description? I don't see it. Here you go.
Oh my god, it's not going to be rotated. Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Do you want me to tell you if you have the whole map or not?
It's
yeah,
not
tell
even...
me.
No.
Oh, I have to rotate this.
No. No, you do not.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad.
Should we pop in?
Yeah, let's pop in. Sorry about that. Probably that section was a little bit disjointed for the listener because of my technical issues, and then we talked about a bunch of Hollow Knight spoilers. So I'm sorry if it sounded disjointed. But hey, if you ever want to talk to any of us or email us about Hollow Knight, holy shit, can we talk about it forever? Like, just let us know. Ben's first. Ben, what's your obsession this week?
I have a double feature.
Ooh.
Well, more so just, I have two. One that I want to talk about briefly, and one I want to talk about a little bit more.
Longly.
So I guess kind of an honorable mention. My honorable mention is Dua Lipa's. I guess it's not really a new album anymore because it came out a while ago. I'm realizing, but her latest album, I should say, Future Nostalgia. It came out in March.
Did it?
Yeah, and I just hadn't really listened to it.
Which March?
2020.
The first one.
Now, have you seen that joke going around that every month it's like Cold March 3 now?
Yeah.
Oh. I see.
Thank you.
Funny.
Okay, continue.
I started listening to it because she had a Tiny Desk concert come out that was really, really, really good. And so I have, and I oftentimes go through this cycle of getting caught up on all of my podcasts and then listening to a bunch of music all week and then getting really obsessed with some music and stop listening to podcasts for a bit, and then I catch back up. I go back and forth. And right now I had caught up on all my podcasts, and so I was just listening to music and mostly just listening to Future Nostalgia. Yeah, it's pretty freaking great, front to back. Kind of all super good. I think one of my favorite songs are, where the fuck is the track listing on this Wikipedia page? There it is. My favorite songs are Levitating, Love Again, and Boys Will Be Boys. Those are all very excellent songs that I think anyone will enjoy.
I haven't listened to it yet, but I really like her. You introduced me to her. I think it was actually, we were driving back from a Thanksgiving in North Carolina, and you were like, have you heard Dua Lipa's new album? And that was the one that New Rules is on.
Yeah, her debut album, I think.
Yes.
That one.
And it was really good. What the fuck is happening? I just got a text message. It's a group message with 19 other people, and it just says, WTF. It just says, what the fuck, WTF. And then someone else texted back, probably just confused about what's going on. How are you doing today? I'm the Coochie Man. And the first person wrote back and said, I'm doing okay, I guess.
Wow.
Cool.
Hello, Coochie Man. Nice to meet you.
Is that what you said?
No, that's what they said. What are you
going to say?
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let this play out.
Wow.
Yes, great album.
I meant to
It's been nominated for 2 Grammys.
Wow.
For Album of the Year and for Best Pop Vocal Album.
Wow, and it just came out. I meant to listen to her Tiny Desk today. I saw it and I was like, oh, I hadn't listened to that. And
there's been so many great Tiny Desks coming out
and I just
lately.
Forgot to, and I feel sad now.
I watched, what's her name? Haley
Williams.
Yeah, I watched her Tiny Desk concert today. It was really, really good.
It was fun. Well, check out that album, Ben. I didn't know that you were a Dua Lipa fan.
I love Dua Lipa.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I love a mezzo soprano, you know?
I love her voice.
Who doesn't?
So that's my number one obsession. My number two obsession, I guess that was more my honorable mention. My number two is the earlier I mentioned I had to watch my own show because freaking Kylie's been working so much that I can't watch the shows we're watching together, like Shihaya Furu, which we're still watching, very obsessed with, love it still. Oh, it's so good. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm talking about a different anime.
Oh.
It's called Durarara.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Or as Kylie calls it, derp-a-derp. And I should say it's one of her favorite animes.
How do you spell that?
Durarara, 2 exclamation points.
Sure. I almost tried to Google it with 3 exclamation points. That would have come up with nothing.
And I haven't watched a lot of shows like this, period. I've definitely never watched an anime like this before, because it's a very ensemble-based show. Like, every episode, there's like a core cast of, I think, like 10 or 11 main characters, and every episode is told from the perspective of a different main character. Like, you hear their inner monologue throughout the whole episode, but it's a different one each time. And it's often, like, covers overlapping events, but from all the different perspectives. And it's sort of, like, generally about... It's like an urban fantasy story that takes place in Ikebukuro, which is a section of Tokyo. And it's funny because, like, it starts out very much as like it's just going to be like a slice of life anime with like this kid who's from the country moving to Ikebukuro to go to high school to be with his friend from elementary school and like get some excitement in life. But then like it very quickly gets extremely surreal and weird. And there's like one of the main characters is a Doulahan, which is a type of fairy from Irish folklore that like rides around. In original folklore, they ride around carrying their head, and they're headless, and they ride around on a chariot with a headless horse. They bring it along.
Wow.
And she actually doesn't have a head.
Wow.
Like the character.
How's she talk?
There's just
yeah.
She types stuff on a phone.
What?
Wow.
But also she can see and hear and smell.
Oh, okay. From
fairy magic, I don't know. And like her head is just like always emitting black smoke. She's really fucking cool. And yeah, I don't know. There's like this whole, like, it starts out seeming so innocent, and then you start meeting more and more characters that are like involved in sort of the criminal underbelly of Ikebukuro, and then start realizing that some of like the innocent main characters are maybe not as innocent as you thought, and are also like involved in the same kind of things in like a really surprising way. You're like, whoa, what the fuck? And then also there's this whole thing that hasn't really been resolved yet, where like periodically the main character will like talk about events that are going on, or one of the main characters will like talk about an event that's going on in this like anonymous online chat that he's a part of. And it hasn't really been resolved, but it's sort of hinted at that some of the other people in that anonymous chat room that he goes to a lot are like other main characters in the show, but you don't know who.
Is that like the text thing that's happening to Hannah? Is that at all similar or related?
It's exactly like that.
Did you orchestrate that for this episode? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you the coochie man?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
But maybe I am, who knows?
Yeah. It's not clear yet.
So yeah, it's a really cool show, and I don't really know I never know what's going to happen in it next. It's just like keeps revealing, every episode introduces new mysteries.
Like that. I like that.
And it makes me, excuse me, I want to go to Japan again. Tokyo was cool. Kyoto was cool. Being in these like, it's a very cool place. I would like to visit it again sometime. Yeah, that's it.
So this is a favorite of Kylie's. Had she encouraged you to watch it? You had never seen it before, and she encouraged you to watch it?
She just sort of started. She actually started watching like the first episode randomly the other night when she couldn't think of anything else to watch a couple weeks ago, and then so I watched like half of it with her, and so I kind of had it on the mind, but she wasn't like directly trying to get me. She wasn't like pushing me to watch it.
Mm-hmm. You weren't peer pressured into.
I wasn't, but it'd be fine if I was.
Yeah,
you know?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be fine.
Yeah. All right, where are you watching this? Crunchyroll?
Netflix.
Oh, Netflix.
Yes, it's on there. It's on Netflix.
Oh.
Netflix doesn't have good subtitles, though.
Like,
not the translation. I mean, the
font?
they literally just need to have thicker black outlines on the letters, because the way they are now, if there's something really bright on the screen towards the bottom, they're really hard to read.
Hold on, I'm gonna email
because they're just
now.
entirely white. Yeah, could you? Thank you, God.
Yeah. What do we think their email address is?
Netflix at netflix.com.
Yeah.
Oh, duh. Okay. All right. Hold on. I got this, Ben. I got it, buddy.
Thanks.
Hold on. Why is it loading? What do you mean loading? All right. To Netflix at netflix.com. Thicker black outlines on the letters. Dear Netflix, your subtitles are great. However,
Hannah, what are you doing? Because you've just been looking down for basically this whole 5 minutes.
I got another chain of text messages.
oh my god. Hold on, I'm in the middle of crafting an email.
I know.
However, please increase the black outline on the letters. Thank you.
No, not increase. It's non-existent right now.
Please add black.
Add black letters. Add black outlines.
Yeah.
Okay, title. Add black outlines on the letters. Dear Netflix, your subtitles are great. Parentheses, talking about translation. However, please add black outlines to the letters. Sometimes we simply can't see them. Thank you. Warmest regards. Erin. No, way too broad. Okay, that's sent. You're welcome, Ben.
Let me see if they get back to us. Real quick, Wait, we didn't get a bounce back.
Ooh, that means it went through.
We didn't get the mailer, Damon.
Sure.
Oh,
We did.
Fuck.
We did.
Fuck.
Sure did.
Maybe help at netflix.com.
Yeah, let's try that. I'll forward it along here. All right, catch us up on your text drama, Hannah.
Well, I don't know. I don't really understand. I feel like I'm not going to respond because I feel like there might be something weird going on here. But so you heard that someone introduced themselves as the Coochie Man, and then the original texter said, "I'm doing okay, I guess. Hello, Coochie Man. Nice to meet you." Then he sent something that looks like it might be a GIF, which I'm not going to click on. Or maybe a video. It came through as a video, but all GIFs do on my phone, so I'm not interested in downloading any viruses or whatever. And then he said, "Okay, bye." That's the original texter, the one who sent the GIF. Oh, okay, here's something else. Every single one of your ancestors got laid before they died. This is a meme from someone else, and not text chain, okay? Then, while Ben was talking, I got, another text in a group of 20 people, many of them overlapping, but not the sender, that said, idea, what, who's there, 70 cents. $.70. And that's all.
You should just block all these numbers.
I mean, I muted them, so I won't get the buzzes while we're, talking, but I'll block them after. Oh, okay, there's another one. This one is from the other chain, the one that's been active. Someone just saying, "Who is this?" So this does appear to be a bunch of the same people. And a lot of the numbers are consecutive. So I almost feel like they're trolling to see what numbers are real phone numbers.
Yeah.
Which is part of why I'm not going to respond.
Yeah, it's probably good.
For a virus, this is a group chat. That's what someone said. Okay. Or some shit. So don't press the link. Oh, weird. You know what I think is happening?
What?
I think someone is texting a link to people, which is being blocked by my phone. And then the replies that I'm getting are people responding to that text that had the virus in it. But also everyone else that got the text. Okay, who is this for a virus? This is a group chat or some shit, so don't press the link. Okay, keep me out of it. How do you get out? You can just leave the group chat. Okay, so this is just going off the rails. So I'm going to just back out of that. So I think Verizon is protecting me from the spam texts, but not the text from actual other people who are getting spammed.
Ah. Fun update.
Weird shit. Okay. Done.
She's lifting her hands up like, see, I'm not going to touch my phone. No phone in these hands, baby.
It's just a really weird thing that's never happened to me before.
Wow.
Live on pod.
Well, that sounds like a really nice obsession, Ben. I'm sorry that you have to watch alone, but Kylie's seen the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's also not that long.
So you can still, without spoiling it, you can when you go to bed at night, you can tell her everything that happened and make her have dreams about it that are interactive. Yeah.
I can make her have dreams.
Exactly. All right, I have another question though about the show. Is it so? I know some animes like just have a lot of them. Is that this one?
No. It's only 24 episodes, I think.
That's not too bad.
26. Oh boy, how many are on Netflix? That's the only way to really check.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh goodness.
Oh boy.
Oh, no.
Oh goodness. There are 24 on Netflix. So that's how many I'm gonna watch.
That sounds nice.
How far are you?
Like 5 or something, or 6 or something, like that far.
Are they an hour or half an hour?
22 minutes.
Ooh. Okay. That sounds nice. A little bite size.
So nice, yeah.
Bite-sized, with clear delineations of where the commercial break would be if it was on TV.
I'm sorry, did you say it's on Netflix?
Mm-hmm. Bad subtitles, remember?
No, I didn't fucking say it.
Right.
Remember we just emailed to Netflix
Yeah, remember
about
the
bad
whole
subtitles?
thing? Remember when we emailed literally Netflix at netflix.com?
She was looking at her group text. She was spamming people.
Clearly.
She's spamming people.
I was being spammed. Thank you very much.
Alright.
I just really like the person that just like straight up was just like, hey, I'm the coochie man. That was like their first response.
That's a good vibe. That's a strong opener. You gotta admit.
You can't deny.
You can't
Coochie
deny
man
it.
is a strong opener.
It's a strong opener. Alright. Well, thank you,
Who's
Ben.
next?
Thank you, Ben. I
Hannah's
might watch
next.
that.
What's your session, Hannah?
You're next.
Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm very excited about this. Okay. So, I'm going to recap how I came to this point for anybody who didn't watch Is It or listen to Is It, and Ben who didn't listen to Is It. During
I mean, I was in the first category.
Anybody who didn't listen to Is It, Ben who also didn't listen to Is It. Those two groups of people, whatever bucket you fall into.
To be fair, Ben doesn't listen to pretty much any episode of the podcast, so it's not like he just wasn't interested in what we had to
I'm
say.
not offended.
Yeah.
He's in it. He technically listens to it every week. Am I right?
It's so true.
It's true.
It is different to listen to it.
It's fine.
But it's fine. That's all just to say this is for Ben's benefit. In that episode of Is It, we talked about this little short gay interaction that happened between one of the male cheerleaders and this other guy who is a male cheerleader in another team. And I mentioned that male cheerleader had been on a Disney Channel original movie called Motocrossed.
Not the cheerleader, but the actor who played the gay cheerleader.
Yeah, the actor. And I
remember that movie.
I described it to Erin as basically a movie about a girl cross-dressing to do motocross. And then she kind of was saying how, like, she feels like they came up with the name first.
Yeah.
And then built the movie around it. Which could be true. And then Erin had shared with me a comment that she had made to Sam, I think, your friend Sam, that it's like you've never wanted to have seen a movie more without actually watching it or something like that.
Yeah.
So I've had this all rattling around in my brain, and I've been thinking about it, and I've been like, I really wonder, like, what was it about that movie that, like, I know that I watched it more than once. Like, I know that I have a lot of fond memories about it. So today I literally spent my hard-earned money, like $4 American to rent Motocross. So that I could do my own personal Is It and share with you guys how it was.
Wow. Isn't it a Friday? Did you work today?
Yeah, I watched it between work. I watched it. We finished at like 8:30. So
okay, I didn't mean to put you on blast. I'm sorry.
No. I watched it like right before this recording session.
Oh
we
my
started
god,
recording
amazing! Please tell me all about it.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk you through like a sort of play-by-play and give you my commentary. Okay. And I'm gonna try to keep it short. It's not a synopsis, but I don't know how to do those. So if I go into too much detail, just stop me.
Okay, a synopsis is a very brief like overview of what happens in the movie. So
that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Okay. So Motocross. Oh, and it was made in 2001. So actually, I think he was in Bring It On before he was in this, which was kind of surprising to me. But it was a very, small role. So
2001?
So first of all, okay, this movie
is... What, Ben?
Huh?
I didn't realize Bring It On was before 2001.
2000.
Yeah, it was 2000.
Oh, let me send you guys a picture, one of the promotional images from this show, because it's going to help you to have visuals on this.
I'm really excited about this, Hannah. Wow, I feel like you're doing this for me. You're like giving me my dream of like having had seen the movie without having to see it.
This is like pretty much just for you and Sam.
Okay.
And me and myself. So
yeah. Okay. Great. Beautiful.
All right. So I sent you an image from the movie. I guess I'll like tweet it, or hopefully I haven't tweeted on that account in a while. But so this movie centers around a family named the Carsons. They are a family that is like devoted to, basically they've all restructured their lives to center around their son Andrew's motocross career. He's 15, or he's supposed to be, and he has a twin sister named Andrea who also does motocross, but her dad wants her to stop and just focus on girly things. Meanwhile, he's quit his job to support his son's career and forcing him to like practice every single day. There's like this ridiculous double standard right away. And the mother, whose name is Geneva. So Geneva, and then Andy and Andy.
Isn't
so
that
Andrew,
the country in the Princess movie, Princess Diaries?
It's the capital of Switzerland, I think.
Oh, okay.
But you're thinking of Genovia. Yeah, it is like that.
Yeah.
Wait, what's Genovia?
Genovia
is like the fake country in Princess Diaries.
Yeah, it's the one she's the princess of. So they have 3 kids. They have 2 twins, Andy and Andrea, who both go by Andy. And then they have a younger son who's like a great like technician wizard. Like he's really good with taking things apart and putting them back together, and he's great with like the motocross bikes, whatever the fuck they're called. His name's Jason. He's a great actor. I feel like he's been in other things, even though he was really young in this. But anyway, so Also Andrea is a cheerleader at the beginning of this. So like, that's another thing was probably reminding me of Bring It On is like the very first time you meet her, she is like at a cheerleading competition and it's like a montage thing. And she wins the competition. Their team wins the competition, but her dad doesn't give a shit. He's like, stop interrupting your brother while he's practicing because he's gonna go pro and he has to win this big sponsorship from this like tournament or else they're gonna like lose their house because their dad like quit his job to support this career, right? So
how does that support? That's such a weird sentence, quitting your job to support someone. Like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and it's like also like how like I mean like I don't know. It doesn't. It's a weird decision, but it's you're brought in right in the middle of it. Who knows what the but like how much can you actually contribute to your son practicing riding a motorbike? Like, couldn't you be working a day job and telling him to practice or something? Like it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But anyway, basically, so the daughter's not allowed to do motocross, but she's very good at it. And she grew up doing it, but her dad doesn't want her to do it anymore. So then the parents go off to the city, just the city, no specifications for a day. This takes place in the southwestern part of the U.S. And, Andy and Andy race. They take an unsanctioned race around their like sandlot front yard.
Holy shit, I've seen this movie like more than once.
Yeah, probably because I was watching it.
So familiar.
Yeah. So Andy and Andy
amazing
race, and Andy the boy runs into a fence while he's racing her, and he like sprains his ankle really badly. So he can no longer race in the big competition. So, and they're all like pissed at Andrea for it for some fucking reason, including her. She's like blaming herself. She's like, it's my fault. He wouldn't have, like, his dad wanted him to practice all day anyway. Like, what the fuck does it matter? So, then.
Can I ask a question that I forget? I have a question.
Okay.
Do Andy and Andy, they have like a good relationship, right?
Great, yeah. They're like very, very supportive
that's what I
of each
thought.
other.
They're like really close.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're like super
like,
close.
isn't it his idea to have her replace him?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is a beautiful unexpected element where like Ben's memory of this movie is like coming back to him.
In my recollection of this movie, I had completely forgotten that there was like a twin involved. I thought she just like decided that she wanted to race with the boys and just started cross-dressing. So he's doing better. So okay. So the father, instead of even considering the idea that his daughter who was about to beat his son in a race, could take his son's place in this big competition, he decides he has to travel to Europe to go find someone else that can race for their team so that they don't lose this sponsorship money. So he leaves.
Is motocross big in Europe?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. But the explanation that's given is that everybody who is like any good in the US is already racing for someone in this big tournament thing. So he has to go to Europe to find someone. So like, whatever, that's fine. But then this ridiculous fucking thing happens where like 2 days after he leaves, they get a letter in the mail telling them that they've moved the entire competition up 2 weeks. And so the first race is that Saturday. And if they don't race in the first race, they cannot win the tournament.
Oh my God.
And they can't get a hold of the dad because he's between hotels and cell phones are not prevalent yet.
That's just such a incredibly forced plot point.
I know,
Yeah.
It really, really is. So Andrea cuts her own hair off completely. She has this long blonde hair. She cuts it into like a boy cut at the time. And she, there's this really funny scene where she and her brother, walk into this like, motocross shop, like 5 minutes apart from each other. And there's this like really like, I think he's supposed to be kind of stoned, like cashier that works there, and he keeps getting confused because he has crutches half the time and he doesn't the other half of the time, and it's very funny.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's a cute scene. I really like the guy that plays the cashier. He so that's when she gets found out by her brothers. They find her during that whole like scene, but the mom doesn't know yet. But the mom kind of figures it out very quickly. And at first she doesn't want her to do it. She tells her that you're not allowed to go. Like the morning of the race, it's like wee hours of the morning, she catches her trying to leave and she brings her back inside. And then the little brother has this heart to heart with the mom in the kitchen where he asks like, Mom, why can't Andrea race? And the mom's like, well, the girls just don't race with boys in motocross. It's just not done. And then the son is like, well, I in class the other day, a teacher was talking about how women can do anything men can do now and how that's so great. And I don't understand why she can't do it. And basically just kind of like little boy explains feminism to the mom. And then the mom kind of like looks wistfully out the window and then decides to like drive her there. So they're like doing the girl power thing. They're going to the competition. This is another really forced plot point that I didn't realize was so forced at the time. When they get to the competition, the mom is sitting at like, they have their little like truck that has their bike and stuff. And there's like a table out in front of it. And the mom is painting her nails at the table. All the women in this movie are obsessed with painting their nails. You see Andrea do it at the beginning. And while the mom is painting her nails, one of the girls who's like the flag girls for the races or whatever comes up and asks her if she can fix her nail because it's broken. And then by the time they get back from the first race, which Andrea like comes last in, all of the girls, like the young attractive girls in the whole area are all swarming this table because they all want to get like manicures.
I hate this movie, Hannah.
So yeah, I was like, what the fuck? But like, because of that, Andrea suddenly everybody thinks that Andy, who they all think is a boy, is like this like lady killer. And so the love interest, Dean, he comes over to ask Andy to help him to win over this other girl that he's like interested in. And in exchange, he'll train Andy up on how to do better at motocross because he doesn't do well in her first two races. So that's how they meet. That's how they like bond a little bit. Right. And like, there's this scene where they get to this lake and Dean is like, yeah, come on. We're not here to just look at it. Take your shirt off. And then they like jump in the water and Andy has to like pretend that she has a skin condition or something, so she doesn't have to take her shirt off, but like it's very forced. So anyway, they kind of like bond, they become friends, and Andrea like helps him get a date with this girl because she had tickets to see NSYNC, 5th row seat tickets to see NSYNC that she couldn't use because she had to like race. And so she gives them to this guy and then like, arranges this little like secret meeting in the lobby or thing where like they pretend to run into this girl and then like casually mention that she has these tickets or he has these tickets, and it's like this whole thing, and it works, like they're dating, she loses 2 races. She wins her 3rd race the day after this NSYNC tickets thing happens, and then as they're coming back from that win to their like little campsite, the dad is there and he has found them out and he's very angry and he is like, we're going home right now. And
wow. And
they do.
But what about losing the sponsorship, idiot?
Yeah, he still will not even consider it. He's not having it. He's very, very angry. He doesn't care that she just literally came in first in a race with professional racers. He's not having it. He's mad at everyone involved. So they go home, and then this guy shows up. Hold on.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because what Hannah's doing is like the exact joke I made to you, Ben, about like how you should watch a show and just describe it to Kylie right before bed so that she can dream about it. It's exactly what's happening right now. Yeah. And I'm loving it.
This is what you wanted. So then this...
You asked for this.
Oh,
You asked me to do this for you.
I have to also have you guys look at the promotional materials that I sent you in Slack because One of the things that I found to be really difficult to suspend my disbelief about is that
they don't look anything alike.
They look nothing alike. So the one on the far left is the twin brother, and the one on the far right is the twin sister. And the entire time, the premise is because they both have fucking cleft chins and the same haircut that she can just pretend to be him. And people who even know both of them won't recognize that it's her. Their voices are also nothing alike. It's absurd. Yeah. So this asshole, so I'll speed this up a little bit. So this asshole shows up to race for them from France. His name's Rene Cartier. He's a dick. He's super sexist. He at one point, they tell him the secret that she had won these races as a girl. And then after he already knows that, he runs into her in the kitchen and he's like, oh, so you finally figured out where you can be the most useful to your family. Cause she's in the fucking kitchen.
Gross.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a bad dude. He's an evil dude from day one. Bad dude. So they go back to the races. They didn't miss any. Renee is racing for them now. He's racing like an asshole. He's knocking people off the course. During this time when Renee is racing for them, Andrea meets Dean, the love interest, who had completely helmet off interactions with her as Andy before. And the only difference, she didn't even style her hair differently. The only difference is that she's wearing makeup and a pink shirt. And not only does he not realize that she's not the same, that she's not the same, that she is the same person from before, but he also is immediately super attracted to her. And that's where I'm this is kind of cool though. He could have been weird about it, but he was just immediately oh, you're really hot. You look exactly like my friend.
Wow. The magic of makeup, I guess. That's why they had to sell the nail polish so hard. They're you're gonna need this later.
So Renee, turncoats them, goes and races for the other team. Dean breaks up with his girlfriend that Andrea helped him get. The final race, the dad comes around, the whole family bands together to get her there in time to do the race. The dad has this absurd explanation for why he was acting like such a sexist the whole time, which I really have to highlight, which is that he's you probably won't believe this, but I wished for a girl. I hoped for a girl when we first started having kids. And she's like, why? And he's like, well, he said that when he did motocross, and he got injured, it was really hard for him. And he saw all of his friends have all this trouble with motocross. And he hoped that if he had a girl, then that would not even be something she would want to do, which already is yeah, you're making a lot of assumptions about a human that does not even exist yet.
Yeah.
But
a lot of sexist assumptions about it.
Yeah. A lot of extremely gendered assumptions about what's not even an embryo at this point. But but he still lets his son do it, and it's just it's nothing to me. But the point of it at the end of the day is that he is supporting her now. So
it's nothing.
Yeah, I also like that.
So he
this man is nothing.
His sexist explanations, they're nothing to me.
So she races, she wins, and then Renee outs her as a girl at the end of it, of course, because he comes in second. And
who fucking cares?
But the mom has read. People seem to care. They're oh, this disqualifies her. But the mom has been reading the rules, and she's no, actually, there's nothing in the rules that states that a girl can't
shit,
be.
they air butted it in the end.
Yes, they air butted it. And then also, she was registered under the name Andy, which is short for Andrea also. So she was technically a registered racer. So everything was fine.
You thought this was She's All That, but it was Air Bud.
Also, 2 other movies I haven't seen.
Okay, so this is almost the end, and I want to just highlight one other thing. So they get a sponsorship. Their entire family gets a sponsorship, right? Mm-hmm. Great news. Dean is upset by this revelation, but what he's upset about is that right before the race happened, he had gone over to Andy, who was actually Andrea, and asked about Andrea and been like, is your sister single? Like, do you think she'd be interested? Like, and he's like, and, you know, they've been talking about girls this whole time and stuff. And so he feels betrayed because he feels like he told her things that he wouldn't have if he'd known the truth about her, basically. But he's not like angry in a gay panic kind of way. Yeah. So I liked that. And also, so there's this like moment where he's like, man, I trusted you and I told you things. And he kind of walks off. But then like the very next scene, he shows up to apply for a job as like their second racer for like the different like league thing. And they're like absolutely 100% flirting again. They never kiss. They just like have a race with each other. And that's the end of it. Like it ends on a still of them racing. But, they're like definitely, it's like indicating that they're going to be a couple and they don't even have to like discuss it any further than they did. So I do think like overall he handled it pretty well. I think it was like still a very girl power movie, like a whole lot of sexism in there to kind of like show the world of sexism. But it was just like the nail painting felt egregious.
Yeah, that just really lays it on thick.
Yeah.
By the way, I have a correction issue. I meant she's the man, not she's all that.
Oh, yeah.
I somehow knew that's what you meant.
Yeah, me too. You know, actually, I heard somewhere, I was watching a video of someone else who watched this that said that they had read that this movie paved the way for She's the Man.
It inspired. I saw that on IMDb. I was looking at the trivia as
They're
you were
both
talking.
inspired by 12th Night, apparently.
Oh, yeah. So
I also have, while I've interjected here already, I didn't want to slow your roll at the beginning, but I did learn a really fun fact right at the start when you mentioned Geneva in Switzerland. I learned that Switzerland does not have an official capital.
Oh.
Bern is the de facto capital because that's where like their congressional buildings and stuff are. But in Swiss law, there is no capital city.
Wow.
So that's
There you fucking go.
A little fun fact for you.
I have an interjection, which is we've been talking for a full 2 hours and I have got to pee. So please excuse me.
All right.
It's just pee. It's not the other thing I mentioned.
Okay.
The other thing that starts with P.
The beans and coffee thing. It's not that.
I'm going to assume because she didn't actually say the thing she mentioned that she wants me to leave that in. So, okay. Well, I'll just wrap up while Erin's in the bathroom. I was done pretty much. So wow, that was so quick. She's back already. Well, okay. So I was done pretty much. That's what it is. And now you don't have to spend $4 to watch it because you already know what happens in it. And, the only thing you're really missing out on are some 90s hairstyles that nobody misses. So, you know,
I thank you very much for that. I wanted to ask you about the queerness, the queer feel of it. I want an assessment on, does it feel queer or does it just feel like, is it just not there?
Well, so the thing is that Andrea's haircut at no point looks like it's supposed to be a feminine haircut. And I think for that reason, and especially when she's in all of her gear, I think if we want to pinpoint why I watched it a lot, I think it probably had to do with the fact that she did look like a butch lesbian through most of the movie. And I was responding to that on a level I didn't understand yet. But in terms of like open queerness, honestly, the queerest thing that happens is when the love interest is like immediately attracted to Andrea, who looks almost exactly the same as she did when she was Andrew. So, which is not really an intentional queerness.
Yeah, I was more asking about the not any movie queerness, but like queerness that you picked up on, like your queerness, like responding to things in the movie.
Yeah,
so it was there. Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely looked better with her short hair. To me. So, yeah, it was, but like, honestly, I think kind of low-key think the script was better than Bring It On. Like, it was not a bad script.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
okay.
well written.
It sounds really bad. I gotta tell you, it really sounds bad. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's some, like, issues. Like, I think I pinpointed most of the spots where there's weakness. Like, that whole twist about the suddenly, like, that never, ever would happen. Never in a million years would any event planner move up an event 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, that would never happen. But yeah, it was, I still liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah. All right.
In its way.
All right.
You know.
Yeah.
You're wrong, but that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. That's me. That's what I did for you guys.
Oh, is that all?
Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Erin, what's your obsession?
All right. Well, this is a podcast about talking about our obsessions, okay? We come with our obsessions. We don't necessarily come with our recommendations, okay?
Okay.
So in that spirit, I am going to tell you what I was truly obsessed with this week, and it's not necessarily a recommendation unless you fall into a certain category, which I will explain. So, as you all know, a big jam of mine is listening to audiobook, specifically lesbian romance novels on the audiobook. Big jam of mine. And so lately my jam has been doing that while I play a video game. It's just a beautiful thing. Sit in front of the Christmas tree, listen to my program, play my little game. So been doing that, and so I've been jamming on a book. I normally listen to a very prolific author. Her name is Radcliffe. I talked about her in episode 87, classic ham and egg situation.
Oh, that's a good name.
That's a good name. But I've been branching out recently. And so I listened to a new author, and this one was particularly of interest to me because it's called A Royal Romance by Jenny Frame, and it's, so I'll read you the synopsis here on Amazon here. Georgina, Princess of Wales, has always known her destiny, but she never expected duty to call so soon. When her father dies suddenly, she is called back from her Royal Navy post to assume the crown. While the people acclaim their new queen, Great Britain's first openly gay monarch, all George feels is the isolation of her station. Beatrice Eliot, staunch anti-monarchist views have always been a point of gentle contention with her working-class, royalty-loving parents. When Bea, director of a hospice charity, must spend 6 months working with Queen Georgina, her charity's new patron, sparks fly and passion blooms. But is it love enough to bridge the gap between Bethnal Green and Buckingham Palace?
Wow.
So, having just finished the You're Wrong About Princess Diana episodes and just like learning what a shit show like the royal family is and how like terrible of a life that is was a really interesting backdrop for this romance novel where you're ultimately rooting for this, person to become the queen consort and join the royal family.
What's it called?
And so it's called A Royal Romance. And so here's what I'll say. I would say if you're, and I was just like totally glued to it this week. It's like 13 hours long, and things don't start getting steamy until like 9 hours in, which is like totally my jam. Like the tension at that point had been just incredible, and so like this is my jam. It's like they're kind of bad, but they're just like really interesting, and I love the contract of a romance, as many people do, which is like even when you're feeling conflict, that there's going to be a happy ending, and I do really like that, especially in these tough times. I appreciate other books too that do not end happily, but I just like to have a happy ending, and I like to know that I will when I want one. So some things I'll say about this book. I wouldn't necessarily recommend the audio experience. I won't guide you against it. I feel like it was a little weird. And I also feel like the book was a little weird. It was like good. And the story was really interesting, and I found like this like whole like she's the queen and she's like very traditional and she's like committed to the monarchy and like and loyal to her family, but the person she falls in love with is like anti-monarchist and is like having none of it. like, that was really interesting, and, like, that kind of developing was really interesting. I will say, just, like, it was weird, because, like, a weird thing about it is, like, the sex was really heteronormative in, like, this weird way. And it was one of those things I was like, is this me? But I go through and I, like, read all the comments, and it's like, good, interesting story, weird heteronormative sex. Like, so, that was really bizarre. Like, really bizarre. But, you know, I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum. You know, I don't know what goes on behind the closed doors of Buckingham Palace. More like Fuckingham Palace, am I right? So, here's what I'll say. If you're somebody like me who's just, like, gonna tear through, you know, a 13-hour romance novel in a week, fucking cue it up. Cue that shit up. I think it may be... Is it included with Audible? There's, like, a whole subset of these books that are just, like, straight up don't cost you a credit. I don't know if this is one of them. But, I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I might have purchased this one. I can't remember. I get... So anyway, there's 2 more in the series. I peeked at... Oh, God. I accidentally am playing it now. I peeked at the reviews, and they're not good. Oh, no. It's like apparently even worse. So, I don't know if I'm going to go there again. I probably will eventually, but...
You gotta know.
That's been my obsession.
Is Jenny Frame British?
I think she's Scottish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There is some interesting stuff. I would say especially listening to it after knowing more about the royal family and stuff is interesting. It's definitely pro-monarch, this narrative. So, however you feel about that. So.
Well, that is
and Jenny Frame is queer. Like, I don't feel like I don't really have an explanation for the oddities experienced in this book. So it was very like butch femme, which like, but not until it was in that like until they were having sex. It was really weird. Anyway, but good story. Interesting story.
What time frame is this set in?
Oh, that's another thing I meant to mention. It's set in the future. It's set in the future, and the only it's set in the future, and the only places this comes up is that they like instead. Like if something is playing on TV, they'll be like, TV, volume up 5. You
could already do that.
I know. So there's that, and then there's like, in the beginning, she's like writing in her diary, and she's like, diary, new entry, like fucking, like fucking Star Trek, Captain's log, like that. So it's like those things. And yeah, and they can't even, and there's a point where like, they're dating and they can't like, they never text each other. They like have trouble getting in touch with each other. And I'm like, it's the future. It's like 2055 or something. So it's like the not too distant future. So that's where it comes up. The other place it comes up, I totally meant to mention this. I'm so glad that you asked. Is that there is this thing that has been invented that a lot of like cosmetic people in the cosmetic industry use called IntelliFlesh, and so you can like use it and put it on your like face and stuff, but like the thing about it is that like you have sensation on it. So it's used in the cosmetics industry for like, you know, makeup artists, and also for other things that are then used in the book. I'm gonna let you think about that. And it also responds, it's very weird, like this is like a weird thing. They make it for other ways, and it like responds like the things might normally do if they were real.
And just totally unrelated, you mentioned that the sex is really heteronormative.
Yes. Yeah. Completely unrelated. Really heteronormative. Like out of like the only way It's like everything is just like it is in real life, except that there's this thing where, like, you can have a dick if you're a lady. Like, that's the only place that they, like, she, like, leverages the future.
Wow.
Technology.
They have
like,
trouble talking to each other, reaching each other. Yeah. But you can have a dick.
Yeah.
And you can voice control your TV.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And that's, like, what they do.
Wow.
Pretty exclusively. So.
Wow, fascinating.
Mm-hmm. So, thank you so much for asking. I totally meant to mention that. Yeah.
Wow,
Right,
yeah,
and
you
it's-
really buried the lead on that.
I know.
was like...
Yeah. Yep. And it's just like so random. And honestly, I would have rated the book so much higher, but I was just like so taken out of it.
Yeah.
It's like, anyway, very jarring. Like, she did what? With what? And it did what? Her what got what?
Why would you make that a feature? Are you saying, okay, let's get explicit here. Are you saying that that the IntelliFlesh penis can ejaculate?
No, not ejaculate,
Oh,
no.
okay.
But just, like, get hard and, like, you can, like, use it exclusively for, like, what you want. And it's just, like, why? That sounds cool, I guess.
It
But,
sounds
why
like
have
it sounds like a sometimes activity to me.
It sounds like a sometimes activity, absolutely, and it was not.
Ben,
So,
are you frozen
yeah.
or just what are you doing?
I think
I'm here.
he's Googling IntelliFlesh. She also, like, uses it at one point, like, on her chest. It was just, like, it was weird. I don't know. Whatever. Again, not here to yuck anyone's yum, but it was just very...
I am here to criticize weird plot decisions, though.
Yeah, especially, like, maybe if it had been a different story with, like, it's, like, the Queen of England, very, like, I don't know, it was weird.
Well, like, do you know that Black Mirror episode where there's, like, it's, like, the future of VR, and you can go play fighting games, but you're actually, like, you feel like you're physically fighting. Have you guys seen that one?
No.
Can I spoil it for you?
Sure.
Okay. So there's these two, like, dude bros. They're, like, best friends in real life. And they are playing this game online. And it's like VR, but instead of it being, like, a headset, you just, like, put a chip in your neck and you, like, pass out and you go into the VR space and you're just, like, there, right? Like, the dream of VR that also is how we're all gonna get stuck and die. They do that, and they're, like, playing this fighting game, and one of them is playing as a woman and one of them's playing as a man, and then, like, they just, like, drop the fight and just fuck in the game space. And then it becomes this, like, repeating thing that happens. They're both, like, happily married, I think, but they will just, like, say they're playing this video game and then go, like, have this virtual affair instead of fighting. But, like, they always play the same characters, so they're always having straight sex, and the same person is always the woman and the same person is always the man. You can select a new character every time. It just seems like so unrealistic to me. I could imagine using that type of technology for that type of purpose, or even misusing a game like that for that type of purpose. But why would you not try out different like
I know.
characters, different genitals? Like, why would you do the same every time?
Another thing, and that's something I have issue with too, is that, like, it was always this, it was like the dynamic of it. And again, it's like, I know that these dynamics exist, but I just, like, don't feel like they need to in a fictional space. And it spoke to me, like, something about like, the author's, like, idea of these, like, rules. It was almost very gender ruled, right? Like, the one person always, like, wore the thing, or, like, it was, yeah, I don't want to, like, get too explicit on pod. I don't mind getting explicit with you. I just, like, don't want it, like, in the podcast. Yeah. But it was, like, the queen always, like, was wearing this IntelliFlesh thing, or, like, the only way that she ever got off was like rubbing on the other person. There was no like almost like no interaction from the other woman with her, whereas the other woman was always, you know, like getting penetrated or whatever. Like it was just like so heteronormative and very like just like it was just like weird and distracting.
Yeah.
I'm like, why wouldn't you like, I don't know.
Yeah. It like almost feels like a dysmorphic reaction, but it never was like told that way. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. So, you know, check it out. If you want to learn more about IntelliFlesh, you can check out A Royal Romance by Jenny Frame. It's an IntelliFlesh documentary.
I can see how you could become obsessed with that. Especially if it, like, doesn't even have, like, nothing even comes up about it for the first 8 hours.
Oh my god, 9 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this looks like it's going to be a long episode, but I think it's going to be less so once I cut out all the technical difficulties and the Hollow Knight spoilers, so I'm not too worried about it. But that we should do homework now.
Yes. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, Ben, what's your homework?
Ben needs to be ready.
Yeah.
My homework is to listen to Dua Lipa's not so new album, latest album. That's what I landed on saying. Future nostalgia. Also, watch Your Tiny Desk. It's really good. And watch Durarara on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
And my Twitter. Yeah, my Twitter. It's nicely proved, Ben. My Twitch is Disco Greg. I think I might stream some Hollow Knight, but play it on my computer. So play another new file.
Ooh, fun!
Because I want to think more seriously about potentially speedrunning Hollow Knight.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about that.
Which is
interesting.
A lot faster on the computer because you can downgrade to previous patches where there were glitches that don't exist
Oh
anymore.
my god, please do that. I would watch the hell out of that.
I obviously have I've already watched a bunch of like Hollow Knight randomizers, as you might expect.
Randomizers?
Yeah.
I don't know there's a thing for Hollow Knight.
Let me send you a cool one.
Did you watch there was a really great, I watched it earlier today actually, there's a really great Hollow Knight race from SGDQ this year. It was any % no major glitches race. Have you watched any Hollow Knight speedruns?
No, I want to though.
Oh my god, they're so good. And now that you've gotten the true ending, you can watch like all of them without spoilers really.
Trending, am I right?
I don't know if I've gotten the true ending, but you know, whatever.
Okay, well,
I know.
Why don't you stop talking about it now so that I don't have to cut more stuff out here? How about that?
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yep.
Fine.
Because at this point, editing Hannah has probably lost interest and she's not going to remember to cut it out anyways. So.
Yeah, here. I'm so much to you, Ben.
Send it to me also. I want to see the randomizer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will.
Okay. My homework is... if you want to watch motocross, it's not terrible. I would not say it's like worth watching if you don't have a sentimental attachment to it already, but you can rent it on Netflix. I mean, on
you don't need to now.
Amazon. Yeah, you've heard the storyline. I think you get it. Follow me on Twitter at Hanthropology, Instagram Hanthropology. Watch me on Twitch on Tuesdays at 8. We play like puzzle games usually of various types with our friends Matt and Andrea. And it's like a nice quick stream because they have to go to bed early because they have a million kids, but it's really fun. That is Maddie Nice 87 on Twitch. And that's it. Erin, what's your homework?
My homework is, if you want, you check out A Royal Romance. If you're into, romance novels, I just wanted to read this one review. The details of royal life are charming and enlightening. I was completely wrapped in the story right up until that point. You will know it when you get there. It just seemed out of character and thrown in for no reason at a point in the story that called for a different track. Anyway, I think I know what they were talking about. So check it out if you want. But I would say, if you're interested in a good quality lesbian romance novel or book of any sort, hit me up because I could give you a better recommendation. But that is, so head over to lesbianlendinglibrary.com is another thing you can do. Okay, that's all. Nothing else.
Okay.
Thank you.
I just want to give a quick update on the text messages. So, you know how everyone was like, how do I get out of this group chat? Someone said, are you on iPhone? Trying to be helpful. And then about 6 people texted back, yes. And then they said, we all have to agree to stop texting each other and it will end. And then it stopped.
Yeah.
But should I text back? No. Because I'm not.
I'm kind of rooting for that.
Oh my god.
Ian yelled no, so I think I won't do it.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to call us and tell us your obsession, you can...
Don't. Oh, sorry. Nope, that's wrong.
What?
Do.
With the number Hannah's about to say.
Or you can text us also at this number. It's 774-326-0420.
Blaze it.
Blaze Just what we needed. Blaze it, but don't dial blaze it. Oh my god.
That was great.
Yeah. Wow.
I ran out of breath.
Yeah. You ran out of breaths. It's we're what? Thank you for repeating yourself.
I'm so tired.
I know. We're on Twitter at 2broadpod. We're on Instagram at way2broad. You can email us at way2broad@gmail.com. If you miss any of that, you can find all of the contact information, any links we talked about or whatever on our website, way2broad.com for anything you want. earnben.com for anything you need. maxfun.org for a dog on a boat. Don't forget to leave us a review. And
We love you.
we love you, and thank you for listening.
Preach.
And the podcast candle is now... Candles are now extinguished.
Woo!
Bye!
Yeehaw.
Goodbye!
I'm gonna hit that square for Stoop.